Hi, it's Christopher from Lekka Retail Concepts, and tonight you're joining us to learn how to pour your own candles at home. It's a great process, and you can save and recycle all your containers that you've been saving up. You know, you're like, that's so pretty, I'll put it up in the hall closet and I'll use it later. Well, now we've got a way for you to use those and get a lot of value out of them. So we carry from Himalayan Trading Company this wonderful candle making kit that's so easy, and you're gonna have a great time doing it, and I'm gonna show you how. And then we might even have some friends of ours do some of their kits with us. So I'm gonna start by showing you what it looks like, and that is you get the box like this. Tonight we're featuring Manor House, which is a great fragrance profile. Jasmine, rose, but it's got ambers and sandalwood. So it's kind of smoky with just a little hint of floral. So it's just a really great fall fragrance. Inside, you're gonna get these wonderful wicks and these little dots. And then you also are gonna get all of this wonderful wax, 32 ounces of wax in cubes. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our containers and we're gonna put these in them, and then the magic begins. Let me show you some of the containers we have. So I had saved up these containers, and they actually show you in their instructions how to refill their containers. But if you're gonna use a measuring cup, so frankly, you can refill any of your containers. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take out one of the wicks and one of the little dots, and we're going to take one of these little sticky adhesive dots off, and we stick that to the bottom of the wick, and we're going to place that ever so, got it right, and we're going to place that in the middle of our container, so it goes right there. And so now I've got the wick there, and you see like it stands up, but that's really the mistake a lot of people make. They think, oh, it's perfect, I'll just pour hot wax. That thing's gonna collapse like a bad stock. So you're gonna take your little stakes here, and you're gonna put them in and basically lace them together. This will hold the wick up. So when you pour the hot wax in, it's not gonna collapse. So I've already set this one up to go, and I'm now going to take my measuring cup, and you can use any Pyrex cup, and you're just gonna go and open up the wax cubes, and we're gonna put a few in. So I'm right now pulling apart. See, it's like this. It's like butter, but better. And we're gonna put some in the mixing. I'm gonna do 2 of them because, see, it's like, you don't want it overflowing, because what if it falls out? It's gonna make a mess in your microwave. So I'm gonna take this over to the microwave, and we're gonna microwave for like 2 to 3 minutes. And again, as long as you have this going, you just want to get it liquefied so that basically there's no big chunks left. So when you pour it in, it'll all form around the wick, and it'll dry, and you'll be ready for candle. So now let's go over to our microwave. So now that we have the measuring cup with the blocks of wax, we're going to take them over and we're going to microwave them. It's about 2.5 minutes. You want to get it liquefied, but you do not need to have it like rolling boil or do anything crazy. You just need it all to be melted so that you can pour it into your vessel. So we're going to take it over, and well, what's this? We have one already melted? How does that happen? It's kind of like somebody knew that we were going to need melted wax. So here we have it. I'm not using the hot pad on the handle, but after you do a few of these, you're definitely gonna need to, because it gets hot. So there we have all of the wonderful melted wax, and we're just gonna pour that ever so carefully in, and it's going to take up all that wonderful space. And look at what 2 cubes did. With 1 more cube, I'm probably gonna be done with this vessel, and then we can do another one, and then we can add to the rest of ours. So stick with us, and we're gonna have a few different containers going. We'll show you all the process of pouring the wax into those containers. Hi, it's Christopher from Lekka, and you're joining us again on how to make candles. And this time I'm joined with some good friends, Zach and Jared. And we're going to be helping them use their candle making kits to pour some wonderful fragrances for the fall. So I'm going to start with you, Zach. What are we pouring tonight for you?
We have a bourbon vanilla.
Bourbon vanilla is a great fragrance. Madagascar vanilla bean with a hint of malted bourbon.
It smells delightful.
It does smell delightful. And what are we pouring for you tonight, Jared?
We're still working with the Manor House.
The Manor House, which is again a wonderful amber and sandalwood with hints of jasmine and bergamot and rose. It's really good. So I have in the mixing cup some cubes of wax for my friend Jared and his candle. And we're going to put this in the microwave and let's just go and see what we may have already melted. Look at that. We have a measuring cup already there and it has, can you smell that?
It smells like that bourbon vanilla.
Bourbon vanilla. So we have melted down some and we're going to pour it into these containers and we're going to pinch that wick just so that we don't lose anything. Oh, you fell off your mark. Hold on. Let's just put you back there. Perfect. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Here we go. And pour that in. The great thing about this wax is, since it's all equally done with fragrance, you can pour it and do more of it when you are trying to. Perfect. Got there, right? Mm-hmm. You can pour it and then you can melt more of the cubes. So you can layer it in. It doesn't have to be one continuous pour. You don't have to have some sort of monstrous measuring cup because it does get really hot when you actually do the measuring cup over time, but you can add to it. So now we're gonna put the microwave on and we're gonna melt some wax to start the other ones going. So we now have that started and we will see that wax melt down. So this is again the cubes of wax. They feel a little oily because there's so much essential oil in them. They really do have a lot of fragrance in them. But again, you don't want to overheat that wax because you're just going to make it smell great while you're making them. And then when you burn them, you're like, I can't smell that. So we're going to work on that and we're going to pour up some more wax here any minute. So now we have some melted wax and we're going to do the first pour of Jared's candle. Ready? Got it? The measuring cup can get quite hot, so make sure you're always using either something to be a barrier for that. Go ahead and yep. Oh, yep. And we're doing a double wick this time. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, it's all right. We're gonna get that out. We just have to keep the skewers together, and we will get that out. As soon as you get that all done, I will get something to get that out of there. So Himalayan in their instructions actually will show you what to use or what the ounces are for their containers. And it's because really they know the ounces. You can use your own containers. Just make sure that it is safe to make a candle in it so that you're not actually going to have a problem later on. So hold on just a second. I'm gonna get that to lift out a little. And voila! We got the little skewer out of there. I think I just knocked your skewer too.
It happens.
Yes, it does happen. And now I'm gonna go and get the other one out of, we are hot and ready out of the microwave for a second pour on the bourbon vanilla. And again, you want to make sure you are using a hot pad or something so that you don't burn yourself when you bring back the wax. So I'm going to go here. And this should be the final pour of this vessel because we did 4 cubes of wax and you can even see how when we added that how it remelted some of the wax in the lower part. You might want to just pull that together. See how we want it to kind of be a little bit more like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you want to always make sure that you try to keep that wick somewhat straight in the vessel. It's okay if it gets a kink in it because you won't notice when you're burning, but you definitely want it to stay more to the center of the vessel as you pour the candle so that when it burns, you don't have a hot spot. And so every once in a while you see the wick kind of migrate over in other candles. That's because they didn't kind of monitor this. So with that, we have the last pour of this one. So we're gonna let this one cool off. We're gonna work on his next container, and then we're gonna do some more over here and see if we can finish this candle out. And we're back to pour more of Zach's bourbon vanilla candle, and we're also gonna pour some more of Jared's candle. Go ahead and hit that, and let's see it. And again, that skewer across the top will really keep that wick from collapsing over on its side. It lets you just pour the wax in. And it stays liquid really pretty well because it has so much essential oil in it. So we got that one going, and you're good there. Do you want to pull the wax from there? I'll just show you guys. So I have another 2 cubes to do, but you'll see how that looks. That was the first one we did. And so I'm going to pour more wax in this one, and then I'll move to my next container. And are you ready? Go ahead, and we're pouring more of the Manor House into this 2-wick candle. Getting a little creative here, a little wild. Because you know, it's all about getting lit with your candles. And that is all in. That looks beautiful. So now we're gonna let that cool off, and we're gonna keep those wicks apart. Again, you wanna keep about 1.5 to 2 inches between your wick locations. So you just wanna make sure you've got enough space, but you also wanna keep them away from the sidewalls, and we should be good there. And we're gonna melt some more wax and finish out our project. So make your candles this fall, come and get your kits with us, and we will tell you how to do it.